Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching Healthy Alternative. Today, I want to talk about the benefits of Michael, and today we're going to be talking about.
Today we'll be making one of my favorite soups.
Welcome to the
tomato
JR72
soup.
challenge.
I am Animated Mel, and I am your mental and wellness coach.
Or, as always, perfection is not needed, but consistency.
We must first lovingly accept what is. You can't heal a body you hate.
I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of you all for coming. This community is designed to support you in that time. It's really to utilize when things are bad and when you're at your lowest.
I started to learn about emotions. I started to learn about finding root causes, right? Starting to understand addiction and how addiction is not, once again, the issue that we are using a negative stimulus as a coping mechanism.
Part of my mission is to make sure people know that everything we need comes in a natural form. It's already here for us.
I am determined. I am strong. And I am ready.
We must first lovingly accept what is. I often say, you can't heal a body you hate.
This is healthy blood cells. And that's what we're aiming for. So you can see the contrast. Okay? What you do matters.
Thank you all for coming. Be blessed. All right, what's up, AHA family? How are y'all feeling? I think today is Friday, if I'm not mistaken. It is Friday the 13th. Y'all know what that means. It's a blessed day. You know, they try to trick you into thinking that Friday the 13th or the number 13 is a bad number, but it's actually the opposite. It's a great number. Friday the 13th is a powerful day, and we are going to be getting into a very powerful topic tonight. As I've promised you guys this month, my goal is to drop more content, live streams, as well as give you guys insight on things that we don't dive into as frequently. So today we are going to be talking about something a little bit more popular, a little bit more intriguing, and we're talking about loose skin today. All right. But before we get started, I want to do a couple of quick announcements. Number one, the AHA 21-day fasting challenge is officially open. We've already got people joining. So the challenge is going to be starting January 5th. All right. It's going to run for about 5 weeks. We're going to be presenting some core content for you guys, which is going to teach you how to perform a fast over a long duration of time, healthily and safely. And also we're going to be providing support through our secret membership that you guys get invited to, where the rest of the hundreds of other, participants are going to be. And we're going to be hosting live streams. You guys are going to get access to all the coaches during that time. There's discounted coaching available for one-on-ones. It's a whole thing. All right. And we haven't done the 21-day challenge in over a year. We have some new concepts and things we're going to be bringing to you guys. So I'm excited to share that. If you guys are watching on Instagram, you guys can go to the link in the bio. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, hopefully Facebook as well, it'll show up in the chat when I put it here in a second. So that's the first announcement. And just to, kick things off. Actually, that's probably the only announcement I got. I might have had another announcement, but I don't remember what it is. So we're going to get into this topic. And also you guys can, put questions and things in the chat as I go along. But I'm going to for sure answer any super chats. So if you guys do any super chats, I'll be doing any super chats. And then if I see some questions that I think need to be responded to, I'll do that. But here's what we're going to do. First of all, I want you guys to know that it is 100% possible to lose 100 pounds or more and not have to worry about loose skin. This is something that a lot of people come to me. They're like, Chris, I want to lose weight, but I'm very nervous about the loose skin thing. And even when I do my interviews with people, and I want you guys, if you're either new to the channel or if you don't watch my interviews, I want you to check out the interviews on YouTube where we talk about people's journey. And I typically do ask people, hey, what has your experience been with loose skin? Now, I would say probably 95% of the time, people are telling me I actually don't have loose skin. Or if they do have loose skin, it's a small amount of loose skin. Because when we think about loose skin, what we're actually looking at is, your skin is sagging. You might have 40 pounds of loose skin after you lose 100 or 150 pounds, right? So that's obviously going to put a damper on your actual weight loss, but it's also an aesthetic thing. Then in addition to that, you have to worry about like weight loss surgery or, skin surgery or whatever the case may be to help rectify it. Because once you have a large amount of loose skin, when we look at traditional methods, there is no way to solve that problem. All right. Hopefully today I can give you guys some information for if you already have loose skin, how to deal with it. It's going to take time and consistency, but you can deal with it without surgery. But when we look at the traditional methods, they have no good options available. So let's look at the challenges as it relates to traditional weight loss, since we're kind of like on that topic. So first of all, with the traditional methods, we're going to be going to the gym, right? We're going to be focusing heavy on exercise and diet, right? So that's what they teach you, diet and exercise. Now, it's not that there's a problem with focusing on diet and exercise. The problem is the emphasis on diet versus exercise, in my opinion. I think that when you look at traditional weight loss, you see the guy, you see the girl, she's, 200 pounds, or the guy is 300 pounds, and they're starting their weight loss journey. And the clips you're going to see is they are in the gym, right? You're going to see them in the gym. They're pumping, they're doing cardio. There's some motivational music in the background. You feel good, you feel inspired. You're watching the video, this is about to go somewhere. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, what happens is they just show you clips and clips and clips of this person in the gym working out, sweating, right? And we even see them sometimes wear the sauna suits. I call them sweatsuits. You put the sauna suit on, it helps to heat you up. You release a lot of water, which releases more weight. So the problem with this approach is you're looking at weight loss, purely weight loss. You're not thinking about the efficiency of the weight loss. You're not thinking about the health. You're just thinking pure weight loss. That's the reason why the sauna suits are so popular, because we're thinking, I want to get as much weight off as possible, not thinking, oh, these sauna suits are going to dehydrate me. And how is that dehydration going to impact my weight loss journey holistically? Okay. So a healthy alternative, we like to promote holistic weight loss. That's very important. We like to promote holistic wellness. So this is where you're going to see very distinct differences in our approach. Chi-Town, what's up? Okay, Charlotte's in the house. VA, it's been a while since y'all gave me a rundown of where y'all coming from. Health is first alternative to a happy life. If you guys are healthy, I guarantee you, you're going to have a higher experience on this plane. Like when you're sick and you're not feeling well, when you're overweight, or if you've got a whole bunch of extra loose skin, it's going to weigh down on your mind. So today, as we kind of get more into this topic, I really hope that you guys get some nuggets to help you either avoid that or correct that if that was a mistake you made. And look, life is all about mistakes. I think the important thing is that we learn from our mistakes. That's the most important thing. So traditional weight loss, they're going to be putting an emphasis, probably like, honestly, let's keep it a buck. Everybody says that when it comes to losing weight in a traditional way, that diet is the main key. But most people put their emphasis on the gym. So let's just be honest, okay? Because I know we say one thing, but what are we actually doing? We're seeing people working really hard in the gym. Now, I don't have a problem with you guys working hard in the gym. It's just about how you go about it. If we shift that and we put our focus on like truly on diet first, meaning, look, honestly, if you've got 100 plus pounds to lose, if you're 100 pounds plus overweight, I don't even want you in the gym. Now that's not a common thing for, wellness professionals to say, especially if I was a fitness professional, I would never say that. But I am a I'm the type of person that likes to help you guys learn what really works and what's really going to be the best. And if you go to the gym with an extra 100 pounds or 200 pounds on your body, you are going to do damage to your joints, your tendons, your ligaments. You're going to put pressure on your system. You're going to expend energy that it's really not going to give you what you think it's going to give you. Okay. If you're going to go hard at the gym, I would rather you get down to, maybe 50 pounds overweight first. Okay. You don't have to start working out at 50 pounds overweight, but if you're going to start working out, I would say, look, get down to 50 pounds overweight first. It greatly reduces the strain on your body when you're doing, those exercises and things, especially things that create impact on the joints and stuff. And so that's gonna save you from potentially hurting yourself. Also, listen, it's not going to help you lose weight faster. So if your goal is to lose weight, 2 hours at the gym is not going to have a significant impact on your weight loss if you are following the AHA, if you're following what we teach. Okay. I'm only speaking about what we teach. Now, when it comes to diet, what is the important thing? What's the key? Most times, once again, traditional wisdom is going to tell you lean meats, stay away from carbs, sugars. There's some good advice in there, but here's the AHA way. You're going to reduce or eliminate. Listen to me carefully. Reduce or eliminate your meat, dairy products, your processed foods, refined sugars. That reduce or eliminate piece is very important. If you guys are, doing keto or even if you're leaning more carnivore or whatever the case may be, you may have a strong belief system in eating animal products. So what I'm saying is, if that's the case, you want to reduce your consumption because in general, we're gluttonous. We're eating too much. So you want to reduce your consumption of the animal products, but you want to completely eliminate the processed foods and refined sugars for optimal results. Now, obviously, a lot of us are going to be in a transitional phase, so I don't expect you guys to tomorrow stop eating processed foods and refined sugars. But what I'm saying is we want to emphasize, look, our goal here is to eliminate processed foods and refined sugars. We're going to reduce the intake of your meat and your dairy products, and you want to increase the quality of those food products. All right. So that's kind of the first phase of this. That's going to help you understand, like, what do you really need to do as it relates to your food? Because there's a lot of confusion. Now, I am not a proponent of saying don't eat carbs. I don't think that is helpful holistically. It could be helpful for some people in certain situations, and if we're talking about certain kinds of carbs. But to just say don't eat carbs, I'm not a fan of that. I want you guys eating whole food, plant-based, right? Like, even if you eat meat, that's fine. You have a little fish, increase the quality, but I want you guys to focus on whole food, plant-based. So that's the dietary strategy in a nutshell. All right. Now we could go more deep into this. I've actually gone more deep into diet in different videos. If you guys decide to join our 21-day fasting challenge, you'll get a more in-depth version of, what should you be eating. But that's the major highlight, and that's enough information for you guys to kind of go off and do your own thing. Let's see here. There's another side of the traditional methodology that is problematic. All right. And I want to highlight this as well, because I don't think it's as often talked about, but there is a negative side to doing things the traditional way. So when we're talking about losing weight without loose skin, understand that if you are not focused on your diet properly, right, like what we just talked about, you're going to exacerbate loose skin. If you are doing the opposite, right, and you're pushing hard at the gym, you're probably going to exacerbate loose skin. Understanding, and we're going to get more into why loose skin happens, but we got to understand that if you are if you're dehydrating yourself, if you're forcing water out of your system, or if you're messing with your metabolism through these traditional methods, then what ends up happening is the body will hyper react. Okay. When the body hyperreacts, depending on what it is we're talking about, you're going to get like some of what you want. You're going to get some of the results you want, but it's going to kind of come with side effects, if that makes sense. You don't want your body to hyperreact to something that really should be a transition, something that you should be doing that is you want a gradient of result. What you really want is a slow, like if your goal is to lose 100 pounds, you want a slow, steady drop off. Okay. You don't want to just drop like a rock. Now, once again, if you look at AHA and the methods we teach for weight loss, it probably does kind of look like a rock because traditional methods are slower, but we have to look at everything holistically. All right. So even when you're doing our methods of weight loss, you want it to be a steady drop where you create a gradient for yourself. You're not detoxing too quickly. So sometimes the traditional methods can backfire. They can cause you to detox too quickly, and that becomes a problem. So the number one destroyer of the elasticity of the skin is dehydration. That's your number one problem when it comes to loose skin. This is the reason why everyone thinks it's impossible to lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds without loose skin, because no one's focused on dehydration. As a matter of fact, as I talked about earlier, if you put a sauna suit on, you're actually exacerbating it. You're making the problem worse. The sauna suits exclusively dehydrate you. Now, here's the thing, because I don't want to demonize sauna suits. You can still use them in a healthy way, but you've got to understand the way to use them properly. Most people are using them incorrectly. The sauna suit is just designed to gently heat the body up so that you can release toxicity. Meaning, if you are on a health and wellness journey and you are doing things to actively ask the body to release toxicity, which fat is going to hold a lot of toxins, then you can wear the sauna suit for a minimum amount of time, a couple of times a week, during light exercises to help to move the toxicity into the sweat and out of the body. But if you overdo it, and then on top of that, you don't have an emphasis on hydration, this is where the loose skin becomes a major problem. All right. So hopefully that kind of clears things up. I'm not 100% against sauna suits. You can use them properly and get great benefit from them, but it's very important that you do it the right way. I see a question here about dry fasting. If we have time, I'll come back to that and we'll talk about dry fasting. But just to let you all know, just so that you can, have a resource, I do have videos on YouTube, a healthy alternative on YouTube, where I talk about dry fasting and the benefits of. So to kind of quickly tell you, no, dry fasting will not exacerbate loose skin. As a matter of fact, it'll do the opposite. Dry fasting is a great technique for losing weight in a healthy manner. However, you got to understand how to perform dry fasting properly. If you do it incorrectly, then yeah, you could have problems. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't really talk about dry fasting too much, because honestly, people don't do it right, and I'm here to be helpful. If I'm telling you guys dry fast without, we need to be in an environment where I could tell you what to do properly and you can ask questions and kind of have a back and forth. So, but yeah, we've had many people come on who utilize dry fasting, lost lots of weight, hundreds of pounds. I mean, Justin came on 7-8 years ago, whatever it was. He had lost 204 pounds and he mainly used dry fasting. So dry fasting definitely works. Now, once again, still talking about like traditional methodology. When it comes to diet, one of the highlights, one of the areas you guys are going to be focused on, traditionally speaking, is the calories in, calories out method, right? Calories in, calories out is so problematic. It is hard for me to understand why it's still a thing. I am actively putting together campaigns so that we can kind of start fighting against the whole calories in, calories out method. It doesn't work. The reason why calories in, calories out doesn't work, and when I say it doesn't work, I'm saying for 95, 98% of people. There is a percentage of people that it works for, but it takes a very specific type of person. And I think we need to be talking about what's going to work for the mass majority of people. If it only works for 3-4% of people, but everybody's doing it, in my mind, that doesn't work, and that's not efficient. So calories in, calories out is going to focus on the idea that a calorie is a calorie is a calorie, meaning a calorie from a Snickers bar and a calorie from an orange, they're the same. Okay, they're both a unit of energy, and depending on how much energy you take in versus how much energy you expend is going to determine how much weight you gain, how much weight you lose, or if you kind of stay stagnated. So that is a flawed ideology. Why? Number one, the calorie from a Snickers bar is completely different from a calorie from an orange, right? As a matter of fact, we shouldn't even be looking at it as calories. We should be looking at it as um, nutritional density. Like, what's the density of the food? What is the water content of the food? What's the nutritional value of the food? Okay, so let's not look at calories. With this method, you don't have to count calories. We have to look at the health implications of the food. Most of us on here probably know that a Snickers bar is not healthy for you. All right, no matter how it's marketed. Can you eat Snickers bars and still lose weight? Yes, in moderation. Yeah, you could probably do anything in moderation and still be healthy and all that type of stuff. But is it optimal? And also, is allowing for that gateway to be there, is that going to be healthy? Or is that going to cause you to spiral and make bad decisions and, just play mind games on yourself? The other problem is your metabolism. When you approach health with the calories in, calories out method, you're counting calories. Let's say you go from 4,500 calories a day, and you're like, okay, I really need to get to 1,200 calories, right? Like, that's what you really need to do to get into that deficit. But you're not focused on the types of food, you're just focused on the calories. What happens is, if you're eating the same types of foods and you just go from 4,500 calories, meaning the standard American diet foods, you go from 4,500 calories to 1,200 calories, you're going to shock your body. Like 100%, you're going to shock your system. Okay. There has to be a transition, and you cannot be transitioning just based on the calories alone. You have to alter the types of food you're eating to like whole food, plant-based. We already kind of talked about that, in order to not shock your body. But when you shock your body, it messes up your basal metabolic rate. And then now what happens is you're going to see benefit really quick, right? Early on, you're going to see weight loss. You might, if you've got over 100 pounds to lose, you might lose 20 or even 40 pounds using this method. And this is one of the reasons why people think it works, because you will lose weight quickly. But once again, we're not just talking about losing weight quickly tonight. We're talking about losing it efficiently, right? No loose skin. So you lose the weight quickly, you feel good about it, but then guess what? You hit that plateau, don't you? Don't you? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, if you've got less than 100 pounds to lose, it may not be 20 or 40 pounds before you hit your plateau. You might hit your plateau after 20 pounds. And depending on the chemistry of your body, you might just plateau at 20 pounds, period, right? The important thing to understand is we have to approach something that is holistic and sustainable. Because if we do it in a holistic way that is sustainable, we don't have to worry about the plateaus. So you guys got bonus information tonight. We're not just talking about loose skin. We're also talking about getting over plateaus or just avoiding them altogether. All right. The plateau happens because you shock your body. We're not going about the weight loss in the best way. The calories in, calories out methodology is basically a trick, right? It's a marketing gimmick that has just it's a runaway train, and all of the fitness people are using it. But when we look at the outcomes, when we look at the obesity rate in America today, 2024, going into 2025 versus 50 years ago, the obesity rate is it's insane. It looks like a rocket ship taking off and going to outer space. That's what the obesity statistics look like. So we've been practicing calories in, calories out. It doesn't work, and it's harmful. All right. So hopefully you guys get that part. All All right. So what do we need to do? Like, let's start getting into some solutions. What do you guys need to do? Well, we talked about the whole food plant-based. Why is that important? It's because those food products have what's called structured water. The water that is in your plant-based foods or your plants and your vegetables is H3O2. That is the water that hydrates the cells. So if we're talking about why do people get loose skin? If we're saying, okay, it's because of dehydration, then the solution is so simple. It's just hydrate the body. All you have to do is hydrate the body. And if you have 100 pounds plus to lose, you have to hydrate. That is how we're going to avoid the plateau. That is how we're going to make sure that you don't get loose skin. That also is going to help with detox symptoms, right? One of the things that I've been focused on throughout my entire wellness career is helping you guys lose weight more efficiently and without detox symptoms. And as we've learned a lot over the past year. I'm very excited to share with you guys in the 21-day fasting challenge some of the new information that I've gathered to help to mitigate detox symptoms specifically, right? Everything's going to help you with what we've talked about today, loose skin, plateaus, all that stuff. But I find that when people have very harsh detox symptoms, when they're losing weight, that's where it becomes a struggle, right? Like when you guys do things the traditional way, especially like where you're focusing heavy on cardio and lifting heavy and you're eating bland food, tell me that that's not difficult. That's one of the most difficult things that you could do as it relates to wellness. And I got to tell you, hats off. If you lost 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 300 pounds with the traditional method, you're a superhero in my book. That is hard. There's nothing easy about that. I am different. I'm built different. I like to do things as seamlessly as possible. All right. So, hydration is the key. This also means you need to be drinking water. And then you want to stay away from things that are going to severely dehydrate you. Okay. So, once again, we talked about dry fasting. You need to understand how to approach dry fasting properly. You want to properly hydrate first. You want to do your dry fast, and then there's a regimen to hydrate after so that you can get all the benefits without any negative consequences. All right. Now, if cellular dehydration is the cause of loose skin, then eating your water, drinking your water, well, also, I would say fruit juice. Fruit juice is going to be your friend. We need to stay away from Coca-Cola, Gatorade, the electrolyte powders and drinks. Do not be fooled by those. Remember, all of those fall in the category of processed foods. Those are actually ultra processed foods. All right. We're talking fresh squeezed fruit juice. I also want you guys to be leery of companies that name their product like Simply Organic or like look at the branding, take a good look at the label, make sure that you're not buying something that's branded as organic, healthy, natural, fresh squeezed. But when you look at the back of the carton, it's pasteurized, has preservatives in it, and has dyes, right? As well as like cane sugar. You want to make sure that if you're going to get like fresh squeezed juice from the store, that it's fresh squeezed on location. It's non-pasteurized and there's no preservatives. Or of course, you can grab a juicer and do it yourself. This is going to help you stay hydrated more easily, which means it's less water you have to drink. So if you get really thirsty, if you are going to do some exercising, you're walking, it's summertime, you guys can utilize juice to help keep you hydrated, less drinking, less going to the bathroom, things of that nature. On the topic of going to the bathroom, I want you guys to know, look, I'm going to keep it a buck. When you very first start your weight loss journey, you're probably going to go to the bathroom more. It's just something you need to know. There's nothing we can do about it, right? Like if you're not used to taking in hydration at the levels that are going to be required to lose 100 pounds healthily, you're going to be going to the bathroom. You're going to be pooping and peeing. You're going to be doing one and two. That is good. That is the reason why I will often tell you guys, I do recommend a gallon of water a day when you are actively detoxing and when you have that much weight to lose. Make that your staple. Okay. Now you can alter that. You could say half a gallon of juice, half a gallon of water. Maybe you guys are doing some herbal teas. On the AHA website, we've got the appetite suppressant teas, because when you guys do your traditional weight loss, what happens? You get ravenously hungry. Okay. So what we did was we came out with an appetite suppressant tea to help you guys pursue weight loss without having to deal with that ravenous hunger. And I'm actually drop the link to the shop so you guys can grab that if you want to add it to your regimen. It's a tool that we've gotten feedback on. People love it. All right, it's absolutely lovely. So you guys could do your appetite suppressant tea. You could do your water. You could do your juice. You could do a combination of all of them. The more you eat and consume hydrating fruits and vegetables, the less water you actually have to drink. And I know this is a thing when it comes to wellness professionals. Everybody has their opinion about how much water you should drink. What's the right water to drink? I recommend distilled water, and I recommend a gallon a day. Everyone has their own opinion for why they recommend what they recommend. However, what I will tell you is this. I have been using distilled water for going on 10 years now. I have never seen it cause deficiencies in my body. Okay. And what I did notice was I naturally stopped drinking a gallon of distilled water every day as I became more hydrated. So as you guys pursue this, you're going to naturally drink less water. You're just going to be less thirsty. But what you do notice is I always have my water on hand. It's a habit now, right? I put mine in a copper container and I just sip. Okay. You just take a quick sip, you go on about your business. What this is going to do is going to make sure that the body is able to absorb the water. So as we talk about hydration, one of the major issues is if you're drinking a lot of water, especially if you're guzzling it, if you're not giving your body a proper time to digest it, then it's going to become a problem. All right. Because the body is really only going to absorb, when we talk about like H2O, the body's only going to absorb about 3% of the water that you drink. So it's not going to do a very efficient job. Imagine that. And then a lot of you guys, you're only drinking 16-ounce bottle a day. So that's another major problem, because in order to get your hydration levels up, if it's not efficiently, if your body's not efficiently absorbing it, because your structured water, sorry guys, I don't know if this is an alarm. All right, because your body is not properly absorbing that water, then you got to take in more. All right, so you guys got to understand that. Now, I dropped the link, and if you guys are on Instagram, just go to ahealthyalternative.org where it's in the shop. You can find that there, as well as we've got castor packs. So if you guys are looking to help burn off fat in your midsection, once again, healthily, like if you want to target areas, your thighs, your stomach, whatever, you could use a castor pack, and that will help you to burn fat in certain areas. And then that way you can get the physique and the shape you want, and you don't got to worry about overdoing it. Okay. When it comes to castor packs, you don't got to worry about that. You're going to take a tablespoon or so. You want to kind of get the pack a little soaked. You're going to wrap it around the area. You could buy multiple castor packs, by the way. And then you're just going to sleep in that castor pack. And you're going to do that each night. And that will help. If you want to sculpt, that's how you do it, right? Don't use the sweatsuits and sauna suits and stuff like that. Use a castor pack, and we've got them on the website. So I see someone dropped here a question about salt. That's a good question. So here's what's important to understand about salt, right? All salt is not created equal. So if you want to use salt to help draw in moisture and hydrate you, we've learned a lot of things. The world has changed. Pink Himalayan sea salt was the thing 10 years ago. It's not anymore. What we are suggesting now is Celtic sea salt, right? And here's the thing. When you take salt for hydration, it's just one little grain of salt under the tongue. Let that dissolve, drink your water. What that will do is help it to absorb into the body, so you'll get more out of what you drink. You'll pee less. It's going to help you across the board. So that's a great tip, along with juicing, as well as eating hydrating fruits and vegetables, that will help you to lose the weight without the loose skin, right? So we're going to do less work in the gym. We're going to increase our hydration through our lifestyle, our water, our juicing, and all that type of stuff. And then what you guys want to do is you still want to move, okay? So I'm not telling you not to move. When I say don't go to the gym or don't focus on the gym, I'm not saying not to move. So I want to make that clear. We still need to move. One simple thing you guys could do, get yourself a rebounder, okay? You're 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight. Get yourself a nice rebounder. Rebound for 15 minutes. You don't got to go to the gym. That's going to be low resistance. It's not going to harm your joints. It's going to get your lymphatic system moving, because one of the other issues we have when it comes to loose skin is sluggish lymphatic. If your lymph system is sluggish, you're going to, the toxicity of the body is not going to move quickly. It's going to cause dehydration. It's going to be a problem. So stretching, gentle stretching, yoga. If you want to do calisthenics, you can, because then you're just dealing with your own body weight. But that's, you want to be light. You want to do light calisthenics, rebounding, jump rope. Could be a good opportunity, but once again, that's going to cause a lot of impact on your joints. So I would probably push jump rope till you lose some weight. But swimming would be incredible if you guys have a pool, or if your gym has a pool, or if you could go to the local YMCA. The full body movement, low impact, that's going to be incredible for you. All right. So, yeah. Someone just put it in the chat, walking in the pool. Yeah, that works. I have a question. Do we have a beginner guide you could purchase? We have a ton. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I just started. Well, I didn't just start a new detox. I've actually been on it for a long time. I just altered it. And I just have mucus coming up, which is a very good sign. Okay. If you guys see mucus, if you change your diet for the good, right? You're doing the healthy things. You're doing the things you know that's good. And you see mucus come up, that is a good thing. That means the body is starting to expel it. Make sure to spit it out as often as you can. Don't try to swallow it. I'm trying to, I'm saying, I don't want to be TMI on the screen, but try to spit it out. Maybe you need a spit cup. I used to have one of those back in the day. But so we have the AHA Fasting Academy, all right, which is a complete system that teaches you the A to Z's of fasting. It talks about dietary strategy. It talks about a lot of what I'm talking about today, plus more. I have a master class on there that talks about water and the benefits of water. I want you guys to understand something. We're talking about hydration, and obviously that, correlates with water. But you got to understand, water is like bigger than you've ever imagined. It is the most important substance that I could really think of. Okay. Now, obviously, you need oxygen. Oxygen is how you're going to live and survive. But as far as your weight loss, your detoxification, there's nothing more important than water. Because if you're dehydrated, if you don't have water, the toxins have nowhere to go. So this is probably one of the best ways to approach it. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you. If you guys want to check out the AHA Fasting Academy, that's simple. Okay. For those on Instagram, there should be a link to my Fasting Academy. If it's not, just go to ahafastingacademy.com and you guys can access that as well. All right. So let's see where we're at. I put some notes here to keep myself on track. I don't know how well I'm doing. The importance of structured water is something that I kind of quickly mentioned when I talked about the masterclass and the AHA fasting system on the Academy. Structured water is what your body actually utilizes. That's what's going to hydrate you. Okay, so that's the reason why you guys can't do tea. Don't go to McDonald's and get sweet teas, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, there's a new spot in Texas called HTO, and it might be other places, I don't know. But I really do like HTO, but it's not healthy, but it's a great transitional option. They use healthier ingredients, right? More natural ingredients. So you get a better quality tea. But the ultimate way to approach it, if you guys want like tea and stuff like that, make your tea from scratch. Get yourself a one of your whatever your favorite loose leaf teas. Okay, loose leaf. Get a loose leaf tea, brew it, add a little lemon juice to it. You could throw the lemon in there, add a little natural sugar. There's many different options. You got date sugar, you've got agave, you've got, you know, coconut sugar. I don't know. I think back in the day, I would use like, dang, what did I use? I can't remember. It was like some kind of crystallized fruit sugar, I think, in my tea. But that's a great option. And now you can have something different, maybe a little warm tea or like something more refreshing. You could do like a cold tea or something like that to mix it up. Okay. Now, here's the big piece. So we talked about what not to do. We talked about the foods you want to eat. We talked about the benefit of hydration, structured water. What's going to move the needle the absolute most for you, okay? Even more so than the castor pack, is fasting. Fasting is going to be your replacement for the gym, okay? And the reason why you don't really want to be doing fasting in the gym at the same time, especially if you've got 100 plus pounds to lose, is because when you go to the gym, it draws a tremendous amount of energy away from detoxification. See, you guys got to understand, when it comes to weight loss, it's about detoxifying the body. So the gym is designed to help tone the body up, make you stronger, more fit, endurance, things of that nature. That is, yes, does it help you detox? Sure, but minimally. Okay, that's mostly for building strength. They're two different things. And what you don't want to do, you don't want to be doing them both at the same time. So allow fasting to be your main tool that you use for weight loss. And if you do your fasting right, it's less work, honestly. Like, because when you're fasting, you're not eating. When you're fasting, we're going to coach you, drink a gallon of water. If you don't drink a gallon of water, that's cool. We need to alter the structure of the water, make your water more hydrating so you can drink less water. Okay. There's still going to be the transitional period where you're peeing. Usually it takes about 10 days for the body to adjust so that you're not just peeing it all out. But initially, you want the body flushing. Why? Because you're fasting. That means that you're eliminating toxins. They're going into your elimination pathways. Water needs to come in and flush that stuff out. So that's all good. So what type of fasting approach would be best? My advice is always, whatever fast is sustainable for you, your lifestyle, your family, your friend group, that's the fast you do. If you are single, no children, you maybe work from home, or you work a job where you don't have to exert yourself much, then maybe you can do some of the more extreme fasting. And when I say extreme, I'm just saying, long-term fasting. However, if you're married, if you have children, if you have a strenuous job, or you're just in a stressful situation in your life, you want to do shorter fasts. Okay. The goal is not to detox as quickly as possible. The goal is to create something that's sustainable so that you don't burn yourself out. Because fasting burnout is a real thing. And I've done whole videos talking about it. That's how important it is not to burn yourself out on fasting. So here's what I'm going to suggest. And I love the question you guys, asking, what program, what's available to help you. The 21-day fasting challenge is going to be a complete guide. It's going to probably give you the most immersive experience, especially if you're brand new. And I know 21 days of fasting sounds crazy if you're brand new, but trust me when I tell you, you'll be able to perform at a high level in the challenge. You may not complete 21 days of fasting, but the challenge is designed to help you get there. So even if you don't complete it, that's fine. You're still going to lose a ton of weight and you're going to have a great result. If you guys want to lose 30 pounds next month, join the challenge. That's the simple answer. If you want to get started with something right now, I would say get the AHA fasting system. That one's like, I think right now the price hasn't been updated, so it's still $29-$30 a month. Okay, you guys could grab it. You can check it out. See if it's going to be beneficial to you or not. We also have our accountability group, our premium accountability group, which is where you guys can join a group of like-minded individuals. We have coaching sessions 3 times a week. They're live coaching sessions. You can also submit questions and get like do a question and answer thing. Okay. We've got a guide to help you guys build out your wellness goals. And so that's a great place if you don't know what to ask. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. So that's a great environment for if you have no clue what's going on, but you need support and you need direction. That's a great tool, and I'll grab the link for that quickly if I can. But those are some of the tools that you guys can use. Now, obviously, we've got the free tools on YouTube. Okay, I want you guys to join our group. By the way, hit the like button for me. If this video has been beneficial to you, hit the like button for me, and also share this with a friend. We've got a ton of free content on YouTube, which will help to guide you. All right, just go to the YouTube channel, maybe plug in some keywords. I've got so many videos, you know. There's nothing special. Here's what I'll say, because I like being genuine and honest, and my goal here is to help as many people as possible. There is additional benefit to being part of our challenges and joining our programs. 100%. It's undeniable. But if you are a self-starter, if you have time, if you've got the energy, you take good notes, you could go through the content on YouTube. You can get everything you need for free on YouTube. What we do in the challenges is we take all that information, we put it in a concise package for you, and we kind of outline this, kind of A, B, C, do this, do that. Here's why this is important. But if you guys want to go and jump through we've got hundreds, I don't know, thousands of hours of content on YouTube. It's all there as well, right? So here's the link to the premium accountability group. It's going to be in the chat for you guys. Is it okay if you have diabetes to do the 21-day challenge? Yes. As a matter of fact, if you're dealing with diabetes, if you're dealing with like autoimmune disorders, if you're dealing with virtually anything, there's very little where fasting is going to be a problem. So most of you guys are going to be good. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, high sugar, all that type of stuff. You know, it's all good. And also, if you are on medications, you can simply just ask questions. Hey, I'm on this medication. How should I kind of handle this? That the challenges are that's the best place to have that dialogue. Also, there's going to be people in there who are probably on similar medications, and they could talk about what they've done, how they've been successful. Now, of course, my goal is to get y'all off medications, and of course, we got to be in alignment, right? I'm not going to try to force it. If you don't want to, I'm not trying to force it. But if your goal is to get off medications, then once again, challenges are a great opportunity to learn how to do that. And I do my best. I do my best to make our challenges affordable. $98. You get 5 weeks of coaching and accountability and access. You've got I don't know how many hours of content comes along with it anymore, because we've added so much along the way. You know, tens of hours of content plus the live streams and all the archived content as well. So you're going to get your values. You're going to get way more than what you pay for it. And then also with our 21-day challenges, I offer you guys an opportunity to pay in 4. If you go through the link, I got the link for you guys right here. You could do a pay in 4, and then you could break your payment up. So that'll make it even easier for you. Once again, the link is going to be in the comment section for those who are watching on YouTube and Facebook. And if you're on Instagram, it'll be in the description or in the bio. All right. So let's see. So fasting is up to you. Okay. I do recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, do the short durations of fasting. That's going to be the safest. That's going to be the easiest. That's going to be streamlined. So do your short fasting. That's going to be 3 days or less. Okay. And then take your time, learn, transition your diet, get away from the ultra processed foods. Look, you do not want to be losing weight and eating McDonald's. I recently saw a live or a story on the news where this guy, I think on TikTok, had lost, I don't know, 50 pounds or whatever, eating McDonald's. And I'm actually going to do a reaction to that. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I just forgot. But can you lose weight doing a McDonald's diet? Yes, you can. And we're going to talk about this probably tomorrow or Sunday. But should you? And when we talk about losing 100 pounds, 200 pounds, it's going to cause loose skin, y'all. Long term, you're going to have problems. Long term, short term, 50 pounds or less, you probably will be okay. But long term, you'll see the problem. And then ultimately, even if you don't develop loose skin, it's not healthy, right? It's not healthy. So yes, you lose the weight, but it's not healthy. And depending on how much weight you have to lose, you're going to plateau. Okay. So does the 21-day fast start with prep? Yes. If you guys join the 21-day fasting challenge, the prep is built in. That's why it's a 5-week process. It's a little bit longer than what we typically do. And then also what we do is we teach you guys mindful refeed, because I'm going to tell you right now, your refeed is the most important part of the whole process. If you refeed improperly, not only can you hurt yourself, but you can undo a lot of the progress. So it's important to understand how to properly refeed. And we're going to talk a lot more about like dietary strategy in the challenge, more so than we have in the past. Okay. So I'm excited to share just some new information and things that we've got going. All right. Once you've determined what fasting method you're going to use to lose the weight, then it's all about being consistent. Yesterday, I talked about your support system, who is around you. Like if you guys don't have a healthy support system around you, then you've got to alter that. And this is the reason why, I think the AHA community is a great alternative if you don't have friends and family that support you. But the other thing is, you've got to learn how to have accountability and be integral. You want to have integrity as it relates to the promises that you make to yourself. Okay. So I've recently been putting out live streams, guys. I want you to go and check those out. I talked about the 5 people around you, and I talked about integrity in the last 2 live streams. And there's a lot of good information there. I just want to shout that out because those videos don't get a ton of views, but they're very important if you guys are serious about being consistent on your weight loss journey. Because in order to lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds, you're going to really need anywhere from 6 months to 10 months or more. If you got 200 pounds to lose, you're probably looking at closer to 18 months. Okay. Just because of the amount of weight, and weight loss does slow down eventually, things of that nature. So once you've kind of figured out your plan and you understand how to develop consistency in your process, I'll say one key to developing consistency is approach this thing like it's a lifestyle change. Okay. Don't approach it like, oh, I just want to lose 200 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever. Approach it like this is going to be my new life. And if you do that, you have a different mindset going into everything you do. You automatically look at what's sustainable versus I'm just trying to get this weight off and then I'm going to figure it out after that. Okay. Approach it all with the mindset of lifestyle change, and that's going to give you the most consistent results. All right. I'm going to check my notes real quick. I think that's everything. I do want to encourage you guys to join. Obviously, we've been talking about the challenge, but if you guys don't want to join the challenge, or maybe you don't have the money to join the challenge, I'm not about to leave you high and dry. We have an entirely free platform called AHA Communities. All right. If you guys are on Instagram, there should be a link in the bio. I'm going to drop the link for you guys here in the chat. Join AHA Communities. All right. It's kind of like our version of Facebook. Okay. It's a free group. That way you guys can get some of this inside information. Also, I have an announcement that I want to make. I just remembered because we were talking about AHA Communities. Let me see if I could grab this link real quick. Sometimes in AHA Communities, we do little special things. We do giveaways. You guys get information earlier. You get exclusive content, things of that nature. So in November, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar, but we and early in the summertime, we started talking about a new technology that we've been implementing to help with your wellness journey, and it's incredible. Okay, it's this light therapy technology that we've been using. It's completely non-invasive. There's basically no negative side effects as long as you use it properly. It's safe for very young people to use, very old people to use, very sick people. It's just a great technology, right? And as a team, we were like, let's do something special for everybody. We're gonna do a giveaway. So we did a giveaway of some of the light therapy technology, and I want to announce the winners. And then also, if you guys are interested to learn more about the light therapy, join AHA communities. All right, you could Google search Chris James AHA communities. We have a whole group in there talking about the light technology, and you can learn way more. And I think I've got some live streams. But I just want to quickly say congratulations to Gerard Cooper. Okay, you won a sleeve of the light patches. Laura Noel, Angela Walker Richardson, Patricia Bonds, and Linda Toy. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those who participated and won. If you guys are like, what is Chris talking about? I didn't hear nothing about the giveaway. Join AHA communities. Okay. Just Google search it. Chris James, AHA communities. Then you could join, and then you could be privy to any giveaways and things we do. All right. I really enjoyed tonight, y'all. I got to run. Thank you. I did not see any super chats come in. I tried to grab questions as we went along. So that's it for this evening. But hopefully we'll be back tomorrow to talk about that McDonald's diet because it's on fresh on my brain. We need to do that. As always, the application of knowledge is power, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.